Oh, hello YouTube! Today on the Naughty Librarian, I'm going over some characters who are totally Ravenclaws. As you can tell, I'm a proud Ravenclaw, albeit with Hufflepuffy tendencies, but I'm okay with it. I recently found out that the anniversary of the Battle of Hogwarts is May 2nd. So, in honor of that anniversary, I want to go over some characters that I think are also fellow Ravenclaws. I'll explain why I think they're going to be in Ravenclaw, because I think some of these might be controversial. My first Ravenclaw pick is Kestrel from the Winter's Curse trilogy, and the thing about Kestrel is that she's so much about planning and plotting and definitely playing the long game. Like, she can see 8 moves down the line, and she needs to do this, this, and this in order to get to that point. So she's very calculating and smart and able to see the big picture. She's very much a thinker. She's not necessarily much of a combatant. She's not going to rush out there and fight people, but she will manipulate things to get this person in the right spot so someone else could stab him, you know? So she's very calculating and smart. And I feel like that is her defining characteristic, is her mind and her ability to see the big picture and plot and plan and definitely outsmart everybody else. My next pick for Ravenclaw is Morning from Nyxia by Scott Reintgen. And I definitely think Morning is a Ravenclaw. There's a lot of characters who you can make the argument for it, but out of all of them, I feel like Morning is definitely a Ravenclaw. Morning is also very much a strategist like Kestrel was. She is able to discern what everyone's real motivations are due to how they think. She's able to read people and how they think about things, and from that she can like extrapolate what they're going to do next. So she's very much into reading people and figuring out how things work and tinkering and plotting and planning, and she's definitely a big strategist. That is her main goal. She's also a natural leader, so you could make the argument maybe for Gryffindor, but I think she's definitely a Ravenclaw, because the thing that really inspires her as a character, I think, is her ability to be able to read people and extrapolate what they're going to do next. This one might be an obvious choice, but I have to say Elend Venture from the Mistborn trilogy by Brandon Sanderson. Total Ravenclaw. He's the most Ravenclaw who ever Ravenclawed. The moment you meet him, he has his nose stuck in a book. He's like kind of a snotty intellectual, and he just wants to have like philosophical debates all day. Like, he's like stereotype Ravenclaw. But as he progresses in the series, he also becomes very much a strategist, and he learns like power structures. In any given situation, one person has the power, and he has to figure out which one is it. And he's the emperor, so oftentimes it's him who has all the power, but it's like, it's an interesting thing when you learn power dynamics, because there's a whole lot of ways a scene could go depending on who has the most power, and it's not always the person you think has the most power. Sometimes it's the least powerful person in the room who is actually the most powerful. So it's kind of, it gets into a lot of philosophical debates. He's very much intellectual. He loves to debate, and he loves political theory. So he's like the stereotype Ravenclaw, and I love him to bits for it. He's just like nose in a book, thinking about philosophy. Perfect. I'm gonna say Locke Lamora from the Lies of Locke Lamora is probably a Ravenclaw. Now, a lot of people might think Slytherin off the top of their head. However, I think Ravenclaw, because I think the thing that defines Locke is that he just is a trickster. He likes outsmarting people. That's his like thing in life. I feel like if he was a Slytherin, he would be outsmarting people for his own gain. And while he does have gains from outsmarting the people, because he's a con man, so he robs them, but he never really does anything with the riches. He just kind of hoards it in the corner, because I think he just finds it as to be good sport, you know? It's just something he can do. I think the thing that gets him to do the cons and be a con man is that he likes outsmarting people, more so than he likes, you know, robbing them. And I feel like if he was doing it for ambitious purposes, to get more money, to get more power, to do this, this, and this, then definitely a Slytherin. However, I feel like he's just doing it for the sake of just being smarter than everyone in the room. So yeah, I kind of think he's like that asshole Ravenclaw, and I'm like into it. I think he's just the asshole Ravenclaw of the room, definitely. I think Kady in Illuminae by Amie Kaufman and J. Kristoff is totally a Ravenclaw. She's very much about thinking her way out of a problem more so than just jumping into the problem and being action-based. Yes, she does do some things that are super brave and action-based, so you could probably make a case for her being a Gryffindor, but I think the thing that is her defining characteristic, again, is that she wants to think herself out of a problem more so than she wants to actually be in the problem physically. She's much more of a thinker. She's analytical. Kind of her best friend is an AI who's also insane. So, that says something, right? And you know what? She also has some Hufflepuffy tendencies because she is very much the kind of person who wants to see the good in other people, and she's very optimistic. But at the other side of the coin is, I feel like she's also a realist. Like, optimism will only get her so far before she's like, okay, everything's just fucked. Like, she'll just admit when things are fucked and then figure out a way to unfuck them. So that's why, yeah, I'm thinking Kady's a Ravenclaw. I'm definitely thinking she's a Ravenclaw. This one's kind of an obvious choice, but I have to say Minerva from A Week to Be Wicked by Tessa Dare. Total Ravenclaw. So much of a Ravenclaw. She's such a bookish nerd, but like adorably a bookish nerd. She constantly has her nose stuck in a book. She's obsessed with paleontology and archaeology and geology. She wants to just read like science textbooks all day. Like, that's fun to her. And again, she's kind of a stereotypical Ravenclaw, nose stuck in a book of dry subject matter, but finds it infinitely fascinating. She's all about learning and bettering herself and finding out new things. She wants to go on adventures for discovery purposes, more so than the thrill of it. I think what would be more thrilling is actually like discovering a fossil, obviously, because that's kind of what her book is about, rather than just the adventure itself. So yes, she is brave and she does good things, but definitely she is so bookish and into learning, and that is like what floats her boat. She's definitely into book learning. Now, my last Ravenclaw is probably the most controversial pick, because I've had lots of debates about this one. More debates than I'm willing to accept, because like sometimes they get a little like intense, but like this is the hill I die on. I'm sticking to my guns. I think Nikolai Lantsov is totally a Ravenclaw. There, I said it. I said it. Now, a lot of people have debated me and they say, no, he's obviously a Gryffindor. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, okay, I will give you that. He has a lot of Gryffindor characteristics. He's very daring and dashing, and he's brave, and he's noble. He's got all of that stuff going for him. I will give you that. However, I think the thing that Nikolai prizes the most about himself is his ability to reason. That is his key defining characteristic, in my opinion. Also, I think it is backed up by text in King of Scars. If I don't remember the exact quoting because I didn't write them down, but at one point he does talk about the most traumatic thing that happened in the aftermath of the Darkling, spoiler alert, the Darkling, when he like cursed them into like the evil bat demon creature. The thing that hurt him the most was that I don't remember the exact wording, but he said the thing that was the most terrifying of the whole thing was that he was removed from his own mind. And he does talk about how the Darkling always went for like the deepest cut right away, and that was obviously his deepest cut, is to remove his mind from him, because he relies so much on his intellect and his smarts and his ability to be able to read people and be able to solve problems and run a country properly. It's just a matter of being able to see the big picture, know everybody, and know how they're going to react to things so you can like solve all of the problems. He's very much into solving problems. Like if you put a jigsaw puzzle out, he will like have so much fun putting it together. He loves puzzles, I think, because he likes to solve them. I think he gets like such satisfaction out of being able to solve a problem. That's like his jam. And it does say in the text in here, I don't have the exact quote, but the thing that hurt him the most about being that bat demon creature was that it cut him off from his own mind. So, Therefore, total Ravenclaw with Gryffindor characteristics, but still a Ravenclaw. This is the hill I die on. You're not gonna change my mind. Total Ravenclaw, period, okay? Whew. All right, calm down, calm down. Nikolai's a fictional character. I get so worked up over it because I know he's a freaking Ravenclaw. No one believes me. Moving on, let me know in the comments down below. Who are some characters that are totally Ravenclaws? Did I miss your favorite Ravenclaw? Let me know in the comments down below. If you like this video, make sure you give it a like. And if you want to see more videos, make sure you subscribe. And I'll see you guys soon.